a 1969 British Racing Green MGB Roadster with chrome bumpers and wire wheels. The polished walnut steering wheel was a highlight too. He unhooked the air freshener from the rearview mirror, wound down the window and threw it out into the darkness. Might be needing that. Then he slid an envelope out of his jacket pocket and placed it gently on the dashboard. "I'm sorry, darling. I just can't stay." He waited for the tears to dry on his cheeks. Another swig, then fixed the hose. He'd fail a breathalyzer if it came to it. There was no going back now. I wonder if the soft top is airtight. Only one way to find out. He climbed out into the rain, steadying himself on the driver's door. Then he leaned back in and picked up the hose and masking tape. Push the hose up the exhaust pipe and tape it in place. Simple. I wonder if she'll keep the car after this. The street lights on the viaduct glinted on the stainless steel exhaust. An expensive upgrade, that one, but worth it. No catalytic converter, too. It should be over in seconds. A few breaths, and he'd be unconscious. Asleep before he finished the rum. Now that would be a relief. Hosepipe through the window and taped in place, he sat down in the driver's seat and closed the door. Then he put on his seatbelt. "What did you do that for? You're not going anywhere." He shook his head. Some music too, I think. He pushed the cassette into the machine and turned up the volume. A little Pink Floyd. "Wish You Were Here." Maybe not. Then he turned the key. Chapter 1. Agony. That was the right word. Pain didn't come close to describing it. "This may sting a bit," the nurse had said. Bollocks! Detective Inspector Nick Dixon leaned back in his chair, his eyes clamped tight shut, the tears streaming down his cheeks. "Don't be so wet. Whatever happened to tea and sympathy?" he mumbled. "Don't look at me. I'm just the chauffeur." Detective Sergeant Jane Winter was sitting next to him in the diabetic centre at Musgrove Park Hospital, leafing through a copy of Somerset Life. She'd checked the society pages for anyone on the wanted list and was now looking at country houses they couldn't afford. Dixon tried to open his eyes and focus on the BBC News, the TV mounted on the wall on the other side of the waiting area. The spelling mistakes in the automated subtitles had been keeping him amused while he waited for his retinal screening appointment. Being diabetic was a pain sometimes, in the eyes and the arse. "I can't see a bloody thing." He shook his head, sending a mixture of tears and eye drops onto Jane's magazines. "I really haven't got time. Make the time. Besides, you're here now." Being stabbed wasn't as bad as this. He rubbed his left shoulder with the palm of his right hand. He still felt the occasional twinge, but then it had been only 6 months ago. A fish filleting knife. Nice. Jane closed the magazine and dropped it onto the pile on the table next to her, casually picking up another. "What about your burns?" Dixon squinted at the palms of his hands. "You're right. That was grim." "Is it like this every year?" "I had it done at Kingston last time. They must use a local anaesthetic or something." "If you ask, they might give you a general." "Are you taking the piss?" "Yes." Jane smiled as she fumbled in her handbag for a packet of tissues. "Here," she said, pressing a couple into Dixon's hand. "Use these." "Thanks." "Hang on a minute." She sat bolt upright, dropping the magazine onto Dixon's lap. "It's on the news." He tried to focus on the television opposite, the glare from the strip lights on the ceiling proving too much for him now that the drops were taking effect. "What does it say?" he asked, burying his face in the bundle of tissues. "There's someone outside Express Park, standing under a brolly. Must have been this morning. It wasn't raining when we left," replied Jane. The massive manhunt goes into its 40-second delay." She frowned. "I think they mean day." "Are you sure?" "I'm reading the subtitles. Anything else?" "Wanted in connection with 4 murders and the recent abduction of 2 children." Jane paused, waiting for the subtitles to catch up. "Hijacked a police patrol car at knife point and fled the scene of..." They keep mentioning it was a police car, and it makes us look like a right bunch of idiots. "Last seen in the Chippenham area, believed to be armed and dangerous, not to be approached, etc., etc. They're using the photo fit you had done with the beard and hair." It's switched to the weather now." He's gone to ground somewhere. The whole thing was meticulously planned.